Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we have Amay with us from SLS Noida, and this video is pursuant to our playlist which is In Conversation with series. So without further ado, let's start. Amay, let's start with an introduction.
So my name is Amay, as Rohit just mentioned. I am currently in my second year of Symbiosis Law School, Noida. I completed my first year and I will be starting my classes for the second year. I finished 2 internships. I did not procure them through the college, but the college helped me a lot to learn from them and assess what all were the things that actually stayed with me throughout the internship and were retained to expand my legal knowledge and my understanding of the legal profession.
Alright, what is the rank that we generally need to get into SLS Noida?
So your rank comes from entrance exam known as SLAT. It is an online exam. It has 60 questions, no negative marking. After the exam, you are given a cutoff. The cutoff for Symbiosis Noida generally ranges from 35 to 38, depending on which program you're opting, BA or BBA. Other than that, you will have to give an interview, and from what my batchmates have told me and my juniors have told me, there is news that the next batch might have to give a written test as well, which was something that was incorporated earlier, but I cannot comment on that as I do not have any confirmed information for the same.
Right. Moving on to the infrastructure of the college, how is the infrastructure of SLS Noida?
So if you talk about the infrastructure, being completely honest, the campus itself, looking at the size of campus and what you traditionally expect from a college, it is not that big.
Okay.
But it gives you a lot of other opportunities. It gives you an e-library which includes all legal databases that one might need. It has a well-equipped library, if I might say, a good auditorium.
Right.
Other than that, we do not have a sports ground, which is one is currently being made, but other than that, all students of Symbiosis Noida get access to the Noida Stadium and the facilities of the Noida Stadium, which is incorporated within the fees itself.
Okay.
So
How's the connectivity of your college with the metro and other public facility?
The connectivity of the college is amazing. It is near Sector 62, so it's right next to Indrapuram, which is in Ghaziabad. A lot of the students reside there.
Right.
It's right next to the Noida Electronic City metro station. It's a 10 minutes or 5 minutes walk from there and a 10 rupees e-rickshaw.
Right.
So that's not a problem. The connectivity is something that's very easy, and as a day scholar, I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Something I really do need.
Right. We'll move on to the faculties and the academics there. So we'll start with the faculties and then we'll move on to the academics.
The faculty is really nice. All of them, I wouldn't say all, but majority of them, barring a few, are PhDs. They are practiced in law. They've been teaching for a long time, and anyone who's teaching here before teaching in Symbiosis Noida has either been a professor in some other college associated with SIU.
Right. And what about the academics?
The academics itself are also very nice. You get opportunities in doing moot courts, you get opportunities in other extracurricular and co-curricular activities. There is a legal aid center, there is a pro bono club which expose you to different genres of law, if I may say.
Right.
Even extracurricular activities such as theatre, I personally enjoy that part of Mashbool mention. Then there is a good dance society, a good music society.
Right.
Academics, if you go into traditional academics, they're also very nice. We have good evaluation for our academics.
Okay.
And that is all I can say.
Since you mentioned about the co-curricular and the extracurricular, we'll specifically go into that. Starting with the co-curricular, how's the Moot Court Society, ADR, and the debate?
The debate society is not extremely active, in my opinion, because we have a very prevalent moot court society.
Okay.
So it is not that the debate society is bad in any way, it is just that it's overshadowed by the moot court society, which is, in my opinion, one of the best in the legal communities, in the legal colleges that we have right now. We every year constantly we win moot courts. They have a very rigorous selection process. As Inshara right here would know, she's in front of us. Congratulations on the moot court. Then the moot court society, so we have students going to NALSAR, NLSIU, even going to international moot courts for arbitration, international law, and all over the board, if I may. And are excelling in it. The college provides facilities to research. The teachers themselves provide assistance in preparing for moot courts. Even if you want to write research papers, you want to write articles, publish anything, the college gives you full support to their resources and to the faculties, which are very easy to access.
Right. Talking about extracurricular, how's sports in your college?
Sports in the college, that's a double-edged sword in my opinion. On one end, the infrastructure for sports inside the campus itself is not very good. But outside of that, the college takes students to different competitions. You are given access to the Noida Stadium, which allows you to practice. So I wouldn't say it's bad.
Okay. What is this Noida Stadium? Is it like a public-owned stadium?
It is not a public-owned stadium. You have to get membership to work, to enjoy sports there.
Okay.
It is just a facility where there are sports grounds, there is a swimming pool, badminton, indoor activities, etc.
Right.
All these sports.
All right. How's fest in your college? Is there some fest or some cultural committee?
There is a fest that is Sim Fiesta. It happens every year around February or March. Varies from year to year. The fest as well, it's very nice. The college allows us to prepare for the fest for a couple of months. We get excused attendance for the same, those who are part of the organizing committees. And the organizing committees are given a free hand to a large extent to organize the fest, manage the students, invite other colleges, hold competitions, and like any other college, it's a really good fest. In my opinion.
Talking about committees, what are the prominent committees in your college?
The prominent okay, so I'll be a little biased here. I say Jai Mashgul, that's the best society, that's a theatre society, which gives you a lot of exposure. We also have a very good music society known as Aroha and a dance society known as Ecstasy. Don't get the name wrong. It's there. And we also have a very good art society called Kalakriti. All of these societies, there is a selection process that you go through. The college calls outsiders for the auditions, so there is not a lot of scope for biases. There are checks and balances, which I think is normal in a law school.
Right. So as I understand it, you're part of a lot of committees, including theatre committee, as you mentioned. Would you mind talking more about the crowd diversity in the college?
The crowd diversity. So I think prominently the crowd does come from Delhi NCR because it's a college. So one thing I think about the infrastructure that is there, the college does not have a boys hostel, but it does have an affiliation with a boys PG, that is your space.
Okay.
So because of this, the majority of the students that come are from Delhi NCR.
Okay.
But even otherwise, the crowd, I understand that Simbi has that reputation of having not a good crowd.
Right.
But I don't think that's the case in Simbi Noida. I think the crowd is genuinely nice. There are, barring a few exceptions that are there in any college. But as a whole, I would say the crowd is pretty nice.
So I get it that there are no boys hostel in the campus, but there are girls hostel in the
There
campus.
is a girls hostel, yes.
Okay. So is there any possibilities of the boys hostel being constructed in the future?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
There is one that is in the works. They're about to start construction. I don't know when, because that's not something I can know as a student.
Right.
But there is, yeah.
All right. What about the peer? Like, how's the peer in general? Is it like competitive, or mind elaborating?
The peers. So there are both kinds of students here, like any college. There are students who are extremely competitive. They are publishing articles, doing good internships, they're doing moot courts, they're going outside the college to get other academic certifications such as courses, etc. And on the other hand, we also have students who are not doing anything. But I think the college maintains a strict discipline. They maintain a code that a minimum standard of education has to be met. This is enforced by this checking that happens, the evaluation that happens, the attendance criteria that is there, and the overall demeanor, the way you present yourself in college, is something that is really important and enforced.
So in which way, like, the peer is generally leaning to? Is it like corporate, judiciary, or what?
I think most of the people are leaning towards corporate, but I don't think that's a problem or a boon of Simbi Noida or a bane of Simbi Noida. That is just generally there in the entire legal community. I say that I understand that it may sound like I'm not supporting corporate law, but it's just that I am personally inclined towards litigation. That is why I'm saying that corporate there are more students, but no, there's a diverse crowd for all, but majority of the students are going towards corporate because that's also where the job market is now shifting.
Correct. How's the exposure in general?
The exposure is very nice. So I think this is due to two major things. One, that the college is not a residential campus like OP Jindal or most of your or
Right.
all of your NLUs.
Right.
So you get the opportunity to go out of your out of the campus, explore the city, meet new people, and grow outside of the aspect of being a college student and just being a teenager, a 20-year-old.
Right.
So that is one reason I think the college helps in your overall development.
Right.
Then I think the college itself fosters an environment where you get to meet a lot of people. There are throughout the year cultural evenings that happen where you get to interact with people. There are teachers who interact with students on a very personal level as well, while maintaining a sense of professionality. So the college does help you a lot.
I'm assuming there is a placement cell as well in the college.
There is.
So, would you mind elaborating more on the placement cell in the college as well as the placements that students get from the college on
So-
campus and the PPOs as well?
From what I understand, I can't comment a lot on the placements because of the fact that I am a second year student, so I would not have a very in-depth idea.
Right.
From what I can tell you, from what I've heard from my seniors and the students who have recently passed out, majority of the kids go for a PPO because of the rigorous internship program that we have. So before I go on to the placements, I like to elaborate on the internships that are there in the college. We have a mandatory internship policy that after every semester for 4 weeks you have to intern.
Right.
The college gives you a guaranteed internship. You can also opt to get an internship without the college on your own. You just have to report that I'm going to be interning here and you
Okay.
have to be assessed on it.
Right.
That is the same for someone who chooses to get an internship through the college.
Right.
So you approach the internship cell, you give them your CV, they place you in an internship where you have to intern for 4 to 5 weeks, and after that you're assessed on that through a viva from one of our alumni.
Okay.
All of these are added up into marks in your 10th semester as a course itself,
Okay.
which helps you get your placements. And from third year they start having a leap program which helps you understand how the jobs are, how you get jobs, how placements function, what the job market is right now, what are the interviewers who are coming for the placements asking. But regardless of that, majority of the kids go for a PPO because of the rigorous internship program. In 4th and 5th year, students are interning for 6 months a year. You're bound to get a PPO.
Okay. Yeah. Right. All right. So we talked about faculties, co-curricular infrastructure, rank, connectivity, exposure, peers. What are the cons of being in SLS Noida?
The cons of being in SLS Noida. I think the obvious con which is there for any private college is that it's not an NLU.
Right.
The job market today is extremely rigorous. None of the tier 1 or tier 2 firms are hiring from non-NLU colleges. But I think Symbi Noida has kept up with him. I know a lot of students who have passed out from our college and now working in Khaitan or other tier 1 or tier 2 law firms.
Right.
There are also people who are doing very good in litigation. If I go to the other cons that might be there, and this is just something that's personal to me, not a problem with the college.
Right.
We have a uniform policy, which I understand is not a con completely. It is just something that some students look down upon in a way that, okay, I am not very inclined to wear a uniform to college. But I wouldn't call that a con.
Is
That
it like a 6-day uniform policy?
we have a 4-day uniform policy.
Okay.
So on Wednesdays and Saturdays we get to wear whatever we want.
Okay. So you have classes on Saturdays as well?
We have 2 classes on Saturdays till
Okay.
12 o'clock.
9 to 12.
Yeah, 9 to 12.
So each class is 1.5 hours.
1 hour 15 minutes. We get a 15 minutes break in between.
All right. So and also we didn't talk about the attendance policy. How's the attendance in SLS Noida? Is there some mandate?
Yes. So prior to the Delhi High Court order that was passed regarding the 75%, we
Right.
had a normal attendance policy like most colleges, that 75% or you get debarred.
Right.
You cannot give the exam for the next semester.
Right.
Now the policy has changed a little bit.
So how strictly was that enforced?
That
the
was strict.
75%.
The 75% was strictly enforced.
All right. So even if somebody has like 73%, they don't get away by writing assignments.
No, they don't. If it's 75, it's 75.
All right.
And
all
I
right.
think that is a good thing because even in the legal journey, the court does mind if they've asked you to file a rejoinder in 4 weeks, you can't file it in 6 weeks.
Right.
You have to file for an exemption.
Right. All right. So how's the overall college structure, the committee, everything? Like how would you describe SLS Noida?
I would describe it as an interesting experience. It's helped me grow as a person a lot. It's helped me learn a lot about other people in general, how to interact with people in a professional setting, in a personal setting. It's taught me professionalism. It's taught me to meet deadlines because of the attendance policy. I think
Right.
that's not something you get to learn in school. So the overall experience, I'll say it has been very positive for me.
Right. So if somebody is, let's suppose, confused between joining SLS Noida and other private colleges, what is your advice to them?
I think a lot of things come into play because when you're deciding a college, you're not just looking at your academics.
Right.
You're looking at things what you expect from a college. I have friends of mine who really wanted to go to a residential college,
Right.
live a hostel life, which is not possible in SLS Noida, which is
Right.
not a con, but it's just something of a personal preference.
Right.
But I also have friends who enjoy being a day scholar, myself included,
Right.
and for them Simbi Noida is an extremely good college. So when someone's deciding a college, I think barring the academics, they have to understand that there are other things that they are inclined towards and they're looking for which they'll have to compare the two colleges. But if you're looking purely on academics, I would definitely suggest someone to go to Simbi Noida.
All right. I think it was a great talk. Amay succinctly covered and comprehensive actually covered everything about SLS Noida from 0 to 100. So
Thank you.
I think that was it for the video. Thanks to Amay for coming here and being part of our playlist. So that was it. We'll meet in the next video. Bye bye.